Hello, Brightburn YouTube Academy, where we dig deeper, dream bigger, and burn brighter. Hi, I'm your host, James Salazar. I am a futurist and an identity redesign specialist. I help people create a more powerful intellect and identity to compete in this new futuristic economy. As you know, we are on a new series called Making an Impact. And it's for people who want to make an impact in their life, in their work, with their family, wherever, in their community, into the world at large, whatever it is. These are the principles that you need to start to cultivate to make an impact in this world. Now, this is exactly what I would take you through if you were life coaching with me. Now, you might be saying, James, why would we ever life coach with you if you're going to give it to us free? Well, the chasm between hearing something and doing something is very big. And if everybody, and if it was just information that was needed, then anybody who would read a self-help book or how to get rich book, they would all be rich. But there is a disconnect in between. And people like me, life coaching, help people cross that bridge. And then let me just break it down for you if you not know. To be liberal, about 95% of the people who will ever catch this video that you are watching now won't do anything with it. They might think it's great, brilliant, which it is. They will not implement it in their life in any way. They'll just hear it, say that's nice, and go on with their life. The other 5%, the 1% who caught this, of that 5%, it's probably somebody who's already done it. And they're saying, oh yeah, I've already done that. That's true. Less than 1% is somebody who would actually take this information and implement it in their own life through their own skill and motivation. Less than 1% who would hear this. The other 3.5% and some change are going to need my help or somebody like myself to take them through and hold their hand and be in their corner. So, get out your notebook, get ready to write, because we're going to get into it now. And as you go through this information, you will see which of the 5% are you, which are the most likely the 4% are you. Are you part of the 3% that needs help? I would say you are. Are you the 1% who can actually hear this information and actually implement it with themselves? I hope that's everyone. Because the world would be much better. The world would be much better if people could actually read something and implement it that easy. So let me take a drink before we start. That's good. That's good stuff. Juice. That's what it makes me feel like. All right. So, making an impact. This is a new series, and our first segment is called Defining Your Purpose. And the first point in this segment, which is this video, and let me read it to you, identifying your personal values and how they relate to creating a greater impact in the world. Your personal values. What are your personal values? Well, it's in the word. Right? Value. What you value most. What you value most. Most often, your purpose will be defined by what you value most. And now let me give you a hard saying. Whatever you give most of your time to is what you value most. Now, if you're someone who's watching TV, if you're someone who's always on their phone, on YouTube and you ignore your work, your health, your family, your friends, career, it's showing you what you find more important. Those things are those watching TV, looking at your phone and being on YouTube or TikTok is what you value most. And here's another harsh saying. Never judge what people say, always judge what people do. You see, no one knows the real us. We always hold back the real us, the person in our mind. Only you and God know who that is. Okay, so no one's really going to know us. And no one's really going to totally understand us. And the only way to judge who we are is by what we do. Right? It's what we do. It's our legacy. What we do. And since someone can know who we really are, that's the only way people can judge us. Judge what we value the most. And your legacy will be about whether you were about your purpose. And your purpose will be about what you value most. And that's what people are going to know you by. So this is very important. So let's get into the nuts and bolts of your value. So let's just get to the idea of what values are. Let me read it to you. So we have to start reflecting, and this is you, write it down. We start reflecting your core beliefs, the most important beliefs and principles, what matters to you the most, what drives you, what you stand for. What you stand for, what drives you, what you value the most, your core beliefs and your principles. This is the scaffolding. This is the foundation of your purpose. Because your value is what your purpose will be defined by. And your values are defined by your core beliefs, your principles, what you stand for, what drives you, what matters most to you. Now, let me go back. I want to say something else about whatever you put your mind to, whatever you give your time to is what you value the most. You might be saying, James, you're wrong. I value my wife, or I value my husband, I value my kids. I just get lost in those things. And I agree with you, 100%. So that means you need to align your actions with your values and principles, because they're not aligned right now. They're not aligned. You got to realign them. And the better you define them, the more they'll be aligned. The more power and strength will you will have to not to let anything get in the way of it. And once you start defining your purpose, what those things are, once you start defining your values, the more powerful your purpose will be. That's what I meant to say. Okay. So, now, how can we continue to build upon this, right? So there's certain people out there that you admire. I know there is. There's certain speakers, entrepreneurs, captains of industry, that there's certain teachers and preachers, and that you like the way they think, you like their perspective on certain things, you like the way how their logic works. Well, there are certain people that you admire, and it's important that if you already admire people and who they are and how they think and what they believe, you can start to adopt those into your own life to make a greater impact into the world, to have a more powerful purpose, to make a greater impact, to have and adopt those values to create that powerful purpose. Right? So there's certain people that you admire. Take what works. Take what inspires you and add it to your own life. You also have certain strengths and skills that you have, and we need to focus on your strengths and skills to be added to your purpose, to be added to your values. You also have what you excel at, your talents, and what you feel most confident in. There are things in your life that what you do, you feel the most confident in. And there's certain talents that you have that other people just don't have. Some people can get on the piano for 20 hours and they suck still after 20 hours. And there's certain people who can get on it and within 20 hours they'll be amazing. They got the knack for it. We don't know why this is. It's a uniqueness about everybody. They have their own little talent, their own little things they feel good about. They got their own they got their strengths, and they got their skills, and they got their talents, and they got their, what's the word? They got what they excel at, and the things that they feel most confident in. Well, this is what you're gonna build your purpose on, and your principles on, and your value systems on. What you're already good at, what skills you already have, what you excel at, and what makes you feel confident. We don't want to be bothering with things that you don't feel confident in, that you're not skilled in. It's time to make movements towards your life. It's time to get some work done, and we're not about to start rebuilding yourself. There's certain things that you're already good at, and we need to cultivate those things. Because you need to be confident about your purpose. And you need to be emphatic about your values to make an impact. This is just straight truth. We don't have time for people who are not confident at what they do. So therefore, the things that you are confident that you do, those are the things we're going to have you do so you look confident, so you can make an impact. This is no-brainer stuff. And then at the very end, not at the end of the day, we have to find what issues that you feel most passionate about. I don't know what they are. You know what they are. And then just let me get you a couple. Social justice, environmental sustainability, helping others, maybe being a preacher, a counselor, educator, law enforcement, maybe defending our own country, or maybe opening a business. They're all value. When you open up a business, you hire other people and you give them a paycheck. They take that paycheck and feed their family. You're making an impact in their life, as well as making an impact in your life by making a profit. Profit always makes a big impact. So once you got to figure that out, what issues are most important to you, that you value the most, right? We're talking about what you value the most. There are issues that you value the most above, and I suggest that you focus on the things you're passionate about. You don't want to focus on something that you're not passionate about. That's a waste of time. So, and then once you figure that out, you got to start to influence. There's no way you're not going to make an impact if you're not influential. You got to be influential to make an impact. You can't just have these things and just sit on your ass and do nothing and don't talk and interact with other people, because our thoughts are like viruses, for good, bad, or indifferent. And when you can invade someone's mind with truth and logic, if you can get your point across, they catch it. And then they give it to somebody else. And that's how movements are created. That's how impact is made. So therefore, you have to start to influence. And that's going by face-to-face, networking with other people, connecting with other people in your community, in your state government, city government, federal government, wherever you feel you can make the biggest impact and the biggest influence, start to do it. And at the end of the day, as we start to define these things for you, we start to build on your values and your strengths and your principles and your confidences and skills and talents, and we figure out what you're passionate about and what issues mean the most to you, even if it's your own issue, your own life. You start to see the purpose of yourself, the purpose of your life. You start to see it clearly. It starts to reveal itself. It truly does. And then you just got to take action. Get involved in your community, in the thing you're passionate about. It might mean politics. It might mean religion. It might be nonprofit, whatever it might be. Or it might be creating something powerful and monumental like what Elon Musk is doing. You know, he found success here and you've diverted it into his passion. So, you know, I hope this helped. It's a lot of information. I hope you're seeing that a lot of these things that I'm saying need to be fleshed out one-on-one. I hope you're getting my statement earlier, like the chasm between hearing something and doing something are very wide, and I'm hoping you when you're seeing this you can understand that. And if you need if you're already hearing this, know that you need to be walked through this. You need these ideas to be fleshed out with help. You need someone in your corner. You need someone that has your back, that's going to motivate you every day to follow your dreams and fulfill your goals. And go to this QR code right here and go to my coaching page and let's have a conversation about life coaching for you. Identity redesign life coaching. Designer identities for the future. So we are going to end here today. You also can follow the link to my speaker page. You can also check out all the things I'm affiliated with. There's a lot of good things there. Check it out. Or go to James Salazar. Go to www.jamessalazarmedia.com/sling. It will be in the show notes. It will also link you to everything I'm doing. So next week is understanding how to align your skills and passions with your purpose. How do we do it? That's what next week is for. So until then, this is James signing out of the Brightburn YouTube Academy. Have a good one.